Look at this wind, guys. Woo! Pancake number 2 in progress. Looks like we have an Amtrak train going over the bridge. Hey guys, this is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. Today, I'm in the Bronx, New York City, and I'm headed out pack rafting to a tiny island to camp overnight. All right, guys, I got my pack raft all set up. I got my gear loaded up. I have my dry suit on, and I'm getting ready to head out on the Hutchinson River. All right, we're just gonna push this out into the water a little bit. All right, and we're paddling. Right here to the right, guys, that's the Pelham Bay Railroad Bridge. Way off in the distance is the Hutchinson River Parkway. And to my left, this is Co-op City. It's a beautiful day with blue skies, and the temperature today, the high is going to be about 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Looks like we have an Amtrak train going over the bridge. They've been going back and forth over the bridge since I started getting set up. The wind today is supposed to be between 10 and 15 miles per hour. This area of the river is relatively well protected, so wind isn't as much of a concern here. I have a few other ideas for videos, but it requires paddling in some open water, and I didn't want to go out in the open water today with winds reaching 15 miles an hour and gusting even higher than that. So this water out here is frigid. In the last day or so, it actually thawed out. This whole area out here was all frozen with the recent cold snap that we had. So on the far side of the river is Pelham Bay Park, and you can see possibly along the riverbank there's still some ice and snow left. Right here to the left is where we're gonna land the pack raft, unload all of our gear, get set up and camp overnight. But if you guys remember and follow my channel, I previously kayaked out here on the Hutchinson River and stopped by this island and explored this island. It's a tiny island, there's not much on it, but it looked like a really awesome place to camp. Currents are pushing me a little bit to the right. Just checking for rocks. All right, we're here. A little bit of mud, but not too bad. All right, there's still some snow on the island here, but right over here, this looks like it's going to be a perfect spot to set up camp. There's less snow there. There's some tree coverage. I got some of my gear up here already. We're going to go ahead and go down and get the rest of my gear. All right, I got my backpack. Just going to bring it up. All right, just gonna bring the packraft up. Just sit it right over here. You can see that there's a old foundation on the middle of this island, and it comes all the way across here, back around this side. Yeah, look at this. Definitely overgrown, but it's better than it would be if it was summertime. Check out this metal crate. It's basically stuck in the ground and it has a tree growing out of it. All right, so I want to walk around the island to assess the situation with the trash. I brought a trash bag with me. If we find trash, any trash I see, I'm gonna clean it up. And we're gonna leave this island better than we found it. Look over here. Plastic Burger King cup. Overall, it looks relatively clean. McDonald's cup right here with a plastic straw, some more plastics in the bushes. Minute Maid tropical punch, milk container. Oh yeah, there's definitely a good amount of trash on this side. Plastic bags, a few other items. You can see this tide is going down. Kind of showing all this mud. This side of the island has beautiful rock ledge. You can still see we have snow left over. Some more trash down here. Looks like a Sprite bottle, a blue pill bottle. Overall, the island doesn't look too bad as far as trash is concerned, but I bet we can probably get a full bag of trash. So I'm gonna go back to where I put everything down, grab my trash bag, and then I'll go around again and pick up all the trash. Looks like right up here it says Donnie and Camille. Anyone know Donnie and Camille? This is really pretty. Just as I thought, guys. Look at this. I got a full bag of trash. So we're just gonna sit this to the side and we're gonna take it with us when we leave. And we'll dispose of it properly. I wanted to show you guys something on the other side of the island. So yeah, let's go up here, guys. I want to show you this. So you can see right over here and all these over here. I'm not sure if that's something from previous construction. It probably is. It's probably years and years old. But these over here, the first ones that we looked at, definitely look like people were hanging out and sitting in that area. There's a section back here with a bunch of rocks. I'm not sure if somebody lit a fire at some point. It looked like maybe a fire ring with those rocks. But we're not gonna make a fire on this island tonight, guys. I tell you, this island looks so pretty with this snow that's left. It's just a little bit of snow, but Co-op City in the background looks really cool. Actually, I just saw a piece of trash. I'll get that later. So the temperature tonight is supposed to drop to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And my understanding, according to the forecast, is in the morning there's a chance that we're going to get some snow flurries. Meteorologist kind of backpedaled a little and said, well, it could be some light rain as well. So we'll see. I actually hope it's snow flurries in the morning, because I think it'll be absolutely beautiful to be out here when it's snowing. All right, so up here, this is basically going to be my campsite. And again, right over here, I think it's going to be a good spot to set up the tent. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this tent set up. This tie zip zipper here, where I put some gear, also acts as a quick release to deflate the packraft. So we're gonna pull on the zipper and it's gonna release all the air. That's pretty quick. Alright, I'm going to start getting my sleep system set up. It's my sleeping pad. Just going to open it up and let it self-inflate for a bit. It's my pillow. All right. This sleeping bag is so comfortable. I love it. All right, guys, I'm feeling really good about this campsite here. I just put on my rain cover. As you can see right here, I have it staked down with some rocks because the ground is pretty frozen. But with this black rain cover, when I have a light on inside, it's gonna glow a lot less. My tent is white, and when I put the light on in there at night, that tent's going to glow and stand out on this island. So with the black rain cover, it should be nice and dark and a little bit more stealth. The sun is going down between the buildings at Co-op City, and right now on this island it is so peaceful and so quiet. This is exactly the reason why I like to come out and camp and experience beautiful nature in the big city. Occasionally there's some planes flying over, some trains going by, but this, to me, is so beautiful. I think it's time for some dinner. The temperature is coming down and it's getting a little bit chilly. So I'm going to boil some water. And tonight, right here, this is what's for dinner. I'm having chicken teriyaki rice. So it's a camping meal, dehydrated meal. I just need to add water and let it rehydrate. Looks pretty good, kinda. Yeah, we'll see. All right, looks like we have boiling water. That feels so good. Just gonna mix it really well, and then we'll seal it up and let it rehydrate for about 10 minutes or so. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow morning. I'm making pancakes for breakfast. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to breakfast. I have this awesome pancake mix. I brought some maple syrup. It's gonna be really good. Oh, and I mentioned earlier the possibility of getting some snow flurries in the morning. I just checked the weather, and I don't know what that meteorologist was saying, but there's no precipitation in the morning at all, whether it's rain or snow. The weather right now, the best I can tell, is not showing any of that. All right, I decided I'm gonna have some hot chocolate. Swiss Miss. So we're currently in the flight path. I'm sure it's for LaGuardia Airport. It's not too far away. So every few minutes there's airplanes flying over. Alright, looks like we have boiling water. That's going to be really good. It's really hot, but it's really good. It's going to warm me up nice. Just a few minutes ago, as I was sitting here, there was one train going to the right and then another train going to the left. They were basically crossing paths right there on the train bridge. It was so cool. My hands are a little chilly. Feels good holding on to this cup. All right, let's see how this dinner tastes. You can see some of it right here. I'll scoop some out. Looks pretty good. I like it. It's very good. It's not an overpowering teriyaki sauce. I like it. It's good. Vegetables are good. Looks like there's green beans and carrots, rice, white meat chicken. Tomorrow, guys, after I pack everything up and we paddle back to where we started, there's a spot I want to hike to check out over at Pelham Bay Park. It's called Split Rock, and there's a lot of history with it, with Anne Hutchinson. She's the one that the Hutchinson River was named after, and I'll get more into the history with that Split Rock tomorrow, but it's definitely something I want to go check out, you know, after we get packed up and paddle back. I just want to hike out there and check it out. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna head to bed, and we will see you guys in the morning. But before I go to bed, I wanted to mention one thing. Earlier this morning, 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel broke 15,000 subscribers. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm really grateful. And with that, we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It's about 4:40 a.m. with a morning update. It's about 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Overall, got a pretty good night's sleep. I'm just gonna stay rested, or resting, in my sleeping bag. It's nice and warm in the sleeping bag, and I hear lots of wildlife off in the distance. Canada geese. And it had me thinking, here's my little rendition of a Canada goose, and attacking me here in the middle of the night. Anyway, I'm gonna rest in my sleeping bag a bit longer, wait for the sunrise, and we'll see you guys then. All right, it is about 6 a.m. Just heard a train go by off in the distance, and I'm looking at the weather here on the Weather Channel app, and it's showing scattered snow flurries and snow showers this morning. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Right now, that's what it's showing. It says chance of snow 30%. So we'll see. Winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. High today is going to be 38 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, guys. It's a little past 7 a.m. and it looks like the sun's coming up. I'm just going to walk out here to the shoreline. It's a bit cloudy, but we have some pink skies off in the distance. And you can see it reflecting off the buildings at Co-op City. It's a beautiful morning out here in the Bronx, New York City. The tide has come up. I'm just gonna work my way around here. All right. But so far, no snow. But looking at the weather, it still says snow is likely. So we'll see. If it doesn't come, no big deal. If it does, I'll consider it a blessing. And these skies this morning are unbelievable. You know, occasionally I get some negative comments about New York City, but this is a beautiful metropolis. And I think a lot of the negative comments come from people possibly outside of New York City. But New York City residents are obviously very proud of New York City in many ways. But look how beautiful this is. I'm just gonna stand out here and enjoy these beautiful views this morning. And after a little while, I'll go ahead and make breakfast. And we'll see if we're gonna get any snow this morning. There are some clouds, there are some blue skies, some sun. But I think we have some weather coming in from the west. So we'll see what it brings. Well, it just keeps getting better and better. That sun is coming through the clouds now. And it's really starting to show off. Nature's beauty. Unbelievable. All right, guys, it's time for some breakfast. I have my pancake mix all mixed up and ready to go. I got my pan ready with a generous amount of butter. This way we hopefully don't get any pancakes sticking here. Look at that. All right, now I just have to make sure I don't knock this pan over. I'm trying to make a nice big pancake. All right, well, I got it a little off center, but we're just going to slide the pan over a little bit. Train going by right now. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to try to flip this thing without splattering. Let's see if I can do this. This is a really small spatula. Just trying to slide it over a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that, I flipped it. Perfect, look at that golden brown. Holy cow, I am so stoked. It's not as easy when you're not at home in the kitchen. I gotta check this other side, see how it looks. Not bad. Put a little butter on the top of that. And I think I'm just going to start with one pancake. I have some awesome maple syrup. Just going to pour a little bit right on the top. I'm going to try to eat this right out of the pan. That is amazing. So, I'm sitting here in the middle of the Bronx, New York, surrounded by millions of people. I have this island all to myself, and I'm eating pancakes. Doesn't get much better than that. Last piece of this pancake. I'm gonna make another pancake. Got some butter in my pan. Camping stove heated. This is called the 2 Feet Outdoors cooking channel here in the Bronx, New York City. We're gonna call these pancakes the Co-op City Special, since Co-op City is right off in the distance. I might have made this one a little runny, but let's see. Hopefully I didn't put too much water in this. Might be better to have the heat up. I'm gonna actually spill it in here and see how that works. Actually, it's a good consistency. Maybe I've been making them not runny enough. And yes, sometimes I eat the pancake batter plain. Pancake number 2 in progress. All right, we got another train going by. I don't know if you could hear the bell. It's pretty cool to have the city sounds in the background while I'm sitting here making breakfast on the island. There he goes, blowing his horn. All right, let's see if I can flip this one. Oh, it's starting to break a little because it's thin. All right, ready? Oh, I did it. I'm easily amused, apparently. Hey, look at this thing. It's tiny. That's my hand. Not bad. All right, it's looking pretty good. Just gonna use up the rest of my butter on it. Get out this maple syrup. I should have brought some blueberries. So I'm gonna finish my breakfast, and then I'm gonna get everything cleaned up, start packing up, enjoy some time on this island, enjoy some solitude. I'll probably walk around once more, make sure there's no other trash, and pick that up, and eventually we're gonna work our way back onto the packraft and paddle back to where we launched. One thing I wanted to mention to you guys is right here on my phone, I have the YouTube Studio app, and I get notifications around the clock about comments that you guys leave. And literally just a few moments ago, I was looking at the app, and I'm going to point out one subscriber. His name is Andy Kalino1. That's his username, Andy Kalino1, and he commented about having a family member that's on Hart Island, and he was telling me that he enjoyed the tour around the island, and it was extremely poignant for him to see that. You know, you guys really leave some incredibly heartfelt comments, and I read them all, and I also try to respond to them all. So keep the comments coming. I really appreciate it. Most of all, of course, I appreciate positivity. But yeah, I want to thank you guys, and I just wanted to make that point. I want you guys to know that around the clock, I'm seeing these comments come in, and I love it, and I'm really happy, and I'm so grateful for you guys. Wow, guys, that was so cool. Just a few minutes ago, I watched the drawbridge open, and a tugboat pushing a barge came through and went up the river. Guys, look how high the tide came up. Yesterday we were walking around the outside here, and now it's right up to these rock formations. But I want to show you guys something. I was exploring the island a little bit more. Just another middle section. It's kind of hard to get to, but yeah, let me work my way up here back into the woods. And I want to show you guys. See if I can work my way through. It's really thick through here. So look at this sign. It says, security camera. Any tampering or dismantling of the equipment is punishable under federal law. It's got to be really old. I don't see any kind of cameras around, but right here looks like an old electrical box. And then there's another one down on the ground right there. So that's really interesting. You know, I thought that was a tree that sign is posted on, but it actually may be an old, worn out telephone pole. Let's look up and just take a look at that. It's really interesting. All right, I found this rocky ledge that's basically, the best I can tell, the highest part of the land. I'm literally just standing on a piece of rock here. I'm gonna do a little 360 without busting my butt. But what an incredible view from up here. 360-degree views. And now I need to get back down without breaking my butt. I'm trying to climb down. There's one foothold right down here and a handhold. Just need to turn around and go through here. Doesn't help to almost be 6'1". All right, we made it. Now I just need to traverse this spot again. I like that the tide's coming up. It's gonna make launching the packraft a little bit easier. All right, you guys can see that I got my tent site completely cleaned up. No trash whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and get the packraft loaded up and inflated, and then we are gonna head back out on the water. All right, we are all set. I have the trash bag strapped to the front. I have all my other gear. I checked out the campsite. We have everything. So we are ready to head back out on the water. I tell you what, a beautiful trip this has been. But I'm still getting notifications on my phone that there is still a possibility of snow. Look at this wind, guys. Woo! This is what I was getting ready to say, is that we've been getting some serious wind gusts. So now that I know the exact direction it's coming from, we're gonna go straight into it. Wow, that was wild. So anyway, still saying possibility for snow today, which is pretty crazy because right now I see some blue skies. We do have some clouds, but you never know what's gonna happen. After we land the packraft, I'm gonna pack everything up, and then we are gonna head over to Pelham Bay Park because I want to check out Split Rock. There's a lot of history with Split Rock, and I want to go check it out. I think it'll be really interesting. Red channel marker 2. It's a really cool looking bridge. The launch is right over here. I'm trying to paddle straight into the wind. And if you know packrafts, you know they don't track as well as a kayak. I'm basically paddling a bathtub right now. That wind is strong. It's a fast trip, and it's more effort to put on a dry suit. But if something was to happen and I ended up in the water, it could be deadly. So in the winter, with these cold water conditions, you do not want to paddle without a dry suit. And right now I'm not wearing gloves, but I do have neoprene gloves right here ready if I want to grab them. All right, I'm going to try to avoid rocks. I could see a couple. But we are back. I'm going to Put it right up here on the snow. All right, it's so funny. Loaded down with the trash. All right, so I'm just gonna grab some gear and bring it up to my truck. All right, guys, I'm parked over on East Chester Place here in the Bronx, walking into this section of Pelham Bay Park, and I believe this is the access point for Split Rock, and this is right along the Hutchinson River. This bridge right here is I-95, or the New England Thruway, and I believe the trail is on the other side that's going to get us to Split Rock, but I'm just going to walk out here to the Hutchinson River. Look at all this ice right down here. That's all ice. So the island I camped on is way off in the distance down that way. Bunch of graffiti underneath the bridge. Yeah, this is pretty wild. We came from that direction, and I believe the trail goes off this way. This right here is I-95, and we are walking over the bridge to the Hutchinson River Parkway right down there. I believe somewhere ahead of us is Split Rock. All right, guys, this is Split Rock. You can see how it's split between two different halves. And over here, there used to be a plaque on it. And many, many years ago, apparently, the plaque got stolen. So we're gonna walk down here real quick. So that's the Hutchinson River Parkway, down that way. And here's the opposite side of Split Rock. See if we can climb through here. It's tight here at the beginning. All right. We are walking through Split Rock. I'm between the two sections here of Split Rock, and I'm going to read something about the history of Split Rock. It says, Split Rock is a glacial boulder divided in half with a large crevice between the two pieces, and is an important part of the history of Pelham Bay Park and the Bronx. It was in this gap that Anne Hutchinson and her daughter, Susanna, supposedly hid during the attack of the Sihuanoy Native American tribe in 1643. Although the Sihuanoy killed Hutchinson It is believed that they protected and raised Susanna. It's pretty incredible, this piece of history right here. And we are right in the split of Split Rock. All right, guys, so from Split Rock in the Bronx, New York City, I want to thank you for watching 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did, and we'll see you guys on the next one.